They say the kitchen is the most stressful environment in the known universe. They talk about the heat, the pressure, the shouting, the razor-sharp blades, but they have never cooked in the accretion disk of a sentient singularity. They have never had to balance acidity with the gravitational shear of a collapsing star. I have. My name is Kaelen Vane, and today I am not cooking for a critic, a king, or an emperor. I am cooking for the void itself. The target is designated Gargantua 7, but the locals of the Helio-Prime system just call it the Devourer. It appeared 3 standard days ago, a tearing wound in the fabric of space-time, drifting hungrily toward their yellow sun. The Astrophysics Division tried lasers, they tried negotiating with math, they tried nuclear deterrence. Nothing worked. The entity communicated only one concept through the sub-ether bands: hunger. Infinite, crushing hunger. So, they called me. I stand now on the bridge of the Gastronome, a retrofitted dreadnought turned into the galaxy's finest mobile kitchen. Through the reinforced blast shields, I can see it. It is not just a black hole, it is a presence. Swirling bands of violet and angry orange plasma rotate around the event horizon, screaming as they are pulled into the nothingness. Behind it, the small, fragile blue marble of Helio-Prime awaits execution. I tighten the straps of my apron. It is made of thermal-resistant weave capable of withstanding the heat of atmospheric re-entry. I check my knives. Monomolecular edges, sharpened by lasers, balanced to the microgram. My sous chef, a 6-armed android designated X9, hands me the manifest. We are not cooking proteins and vegetables today. We are cooking with the fundamental building blocks of reality. To feed a black hole, you must offer it something denser than matter, something richer than energy. You must feed it an experience. I walk into the galley. It is a cavernous chamber, suspended in a localized gravity field to prevent the ingredients from floating away, or worse, collapsing into the floor as the ship fights the black hole's pull. The burners are fusion-powered mini-reactors. The oven is a containment unit for exotic matter. The air smells of ozone and terror. X9 activates the prep stations. We have 4 hours before the tidal forces rip Helio-Prime apart. That is the deadline. Dinner must be served. I look at the first ingredient. It is a canister of condensed nebulae gas, harvested from the Orion nursery. It glows with a soft pink light. This will be the base of the consommé. I ignite the fusion burner. The flame blue-white, hot enough to melt titanium, but I keep it low. I pour the nebulae gas into a hyperglass pot. It hisses, trying to expand, but I whisk it down. The motion is rhythmic. Whisk, fold, whisk, fold. I need to bind it with something solid. I reach for the jar of asteroid dust. Not just any dust. This is crushed diamond and iridium from the core of a dead planet. I sprinkle it in. The soup turns a shimmering deep purple. It looks like liquid night. But it needs acid. It needs a kick to wake up a palate that has tasted only destruction for eons. I grab a vial of solar flare extract. It is incredibly dangerous. 1 drop too many and the pot explodes. 1 drop too few and the dish is bland. I hold my breath. My hand, steady as a surgeon's, tilts the vial. 1 drop falls. The soup roils, turning a violent gold for a second before settling into a rich, swirling galaxy in a bowl. X9 monitors the internal temperature. It reads 3 million degrees Kelvin. Perfect. We move to the appetizer. I call it the Event Horizon Sashimi. The main ingredient is Leviathan squid from the subsurface oceans of Europa, but flash frozen not by ice, but by time dilation. I have a slab of the meat on the cutting board. It is translucent, pulsing with faint bioluminescence. I take my knife. I do not just cut the meat, I have to cut the temporal fields surrounding it. I slice quickly. If I am too slow, the meat ages 1,000 years in a second and turns to dust. If I am too fast, it reverts to a fertilized egg. I find the rhythm. Slash, slash, slash. Perfect ribbons of time-locked protein. I arrange them on a plate made of solidified magnetic fields. The ship shudders. The gravity alarms blare. The devourer is getting impatient. The ship's artificial intelligence, Mother, speaks in my ear. She tells me the tidal forces have increased by 15%. The hull is groaning. I ignore it. A chef cannot be distracted by the collapse of the room he is cooking in. I focus on the garnish. Quantum foam emulsion. I whip the foam until it exists in 2 states of matter simultaneously. It is both a liquid and a gas. I dollop it onto the sashimi. It floats, shimmering. X9 takes the appetizer to the teleporter pad. We cannot send a waiter. We have to beam the food directly into the accretion disk, shielded by a stasis field that will dissolve exactly at the point of consumption. I watch the monitor. The payload is away. On the screen, a small speck of light creates an arc toward the black void. It vanishes. We wait. The ship rattles. Then, silence. A low hum reverberates through the hull. The devourer has tasted it. The gravity waves shift. It is not a roar of anger. It is a purr. A cosmic purr of satisfaction. But an appetizer is not a meal. The hunger returns, sharper this time. Now comes the main course, the roast of the supernova. This is the hardest dish in the culinary canon. I need a core. I open the hyperfreezer. Inside sits a block of neutron star matter, no larger than a fist, yet weighing as much as a mountain. The anti-gravity suspensors groan under its weight. I have to sear it. I cannot use a pan. I have to use the ship's main thruster exhaust vents rerouted into the kitchen. I signal the bridge to divert power to the galley. The vents open. A torrent of plasma fire engulfs the neutron star block. I manipulate it with magnetic tongs, turning it, searing the crust. The smell is indescribable. It smells like iron, like ozone, like the beginning of the universe. The crust hardens, trapping the intense nuclear heat inside. Now the sauce. I have been reducing a reduction of red giant tears and dark matter syrup for 3 days. It is thick, viscous, and blacker than the void outside. I drizzle it over the glowing, searing meat. The contrast is beautiful, blinding white light against absolute darkness. But the plating must be grand. The entity is massive. The dish must look significant. I arrange the meat on a bed of crystallized solar wind. The colors shift from aurora green to deep violet. It is a masterpiece of high-energy physics and French culinary tradition. My arms are heavy. The gravity of the black hole is starting to bleed through the dampeners. My movements are sluggish. I feel like I am cooking underwater. X9 has malfunctioned, its servos fused by the magnetic output of the main course. I am alone. I drag the platter to the teleporter. It feels like I am pushing a planet. I verify the coordinates. This time I have to aim for the center, the singularity itself. I initiate the transport. The energy drain flickers the lights. The roast of the supernova vanishes. I collapse against the counter, sliding down to the floor. The heat in the kitchen is dissipating, replaced by a cold chill. Did it work? Did I season it enough? Was the texture right? A chef's anxiety is eternal. Outside, the view screen shows the black hole. The swirling accretion disk seems to slow. The violet screams of plasma quiet down. The event horizon, that terrifying line of no return, pulses. Once. Twice. It is a heartbeat. The devourer is digesting. Then the miracle happens. The gravitational pull reverses, not violently, but gently. The entity is moving away. It is full.
It is turning its gaze away from Helio-Prime, drifting back into the deep dark from whence it came, seeking a place to sleep off the meal. The comms erupt with cheers from the bridge and from the planet below. They are alive. I saved a solar system with a soup and a roast. I slowly stand up, wiping the sweat and stardust from my forehead. I look at the empty kitchen, the scorched counters, the chaotic mess of the greatest dinner service in history. I am exhausted. I am empty, but I am satisfied. I take off my apron and hang it on the hook. The gastronome engages its warp drive, turning away from the abyss. Service is over. Time to clean up.